this is Joelle from Nevertheless She Budgeted, and today I'm going to be doing my weekly check-in. And as you can see, I've got some note cards taped down here. This is just to cover up my spending from this week currently. It is the 9th of the month. My week ended on the 7th, so I made a couple purchases yesterday that I don't need to include in this video, so I'm just not going to. So first of all, this is my transaction log for my cash envelopes. I have my checking transaction log as well, so this is for like all of my electronic withdrawals from my account. But this is kind of what I will use for, this is the only thing that I'll use for my weekly check-ins for this. So as you can see here underneath, I have my paycheck to paycheck budget number 1. So I'll pull that out later and we will go through my checking account with that. But first of all, let's just get started with my weekly check-in. So this is for the month of November. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull in my orange marker because that's the color that I'm using this month. So November 2020. And for my cash stuffing this week, I did do $280 is what we're going to be using. So I'll do $280 right here. Okay. All right, so let me just go ahead and speed through this categories writing. So first of all, I'm going to just go ahead. I'm going to be using red and green to reflect whether I added anything or didn't spend anything for green, or if I took anything out of the account for red. So first of all, we will do groceries, and I went shopping here on the 2nd, and I spent $158.51 at the grocery store. For eating out, I spent $22. We went to that Sean's Irish Tavern again and got, what did we get this time? I think it was like a Hawaiian pizza, which I know some people don't like pineapples on their pizza, but man, they are good. I love pineapples on my pizza. For travel, I spent $13. Okay, so you will see it reflected on here, and I'll explain myself in a little bit when it comes to doing my paycheck budget. I'm not going to be writing anything for my variable expenses into my paycheck budget number 1 yet. However, I will be doing it differently than what I actually write down in here. I hope that makes sense. Just because you'll see, I guess, as you can see here, I made a debt payment. So either way, when I add these together, I spent $13 at the gas station, and then I had extra money left over. And if you saw my latest update on my debt repayment, I made a purchase on my credit card, and it is a credit card that I'm paying down. It is going to be my next snowball credit card. There's not a huge balance on it, but it should take another probably month or 2 to pay off. But I made a small purchase on it, and I'm hoping that you can see it in these videos. I bought new editing software. Eventually I'll save up for a camera, but it was kind of one of those things that I was kind of getting annoyed with the software that I was using. I was originally using the software that just came on my computer already, and it's not a bad software, but it just wasn't doing what I needed it to do or what I thought that it should be doing for my videos. So I ended up buying a new software, and I used my credit card for it, and I did have the money to pay for it, as you'll see, but I don't know why, I just like bought it with my credit card instead. So basically I used my travel money, or a portion of my travel money, to pay for the software, as well as my leftover cushion money. as well as my leftover cushion money. So like I said, you'll see it when I pull up my paycheck number 1 budget, but I just wanted to sort of let you know like why I have a debt payment coming out of my travel fund. There's a reason behind it, okay? So when you add those together though, it comes out to $29.22. For my personal, I didn't spend anything. So I'll just go ahead and write a 0 there. And same thing for unbudgeted. I didn't have any unbudgeted expenses. I mean, I guess you could count the editing software as an unbudgeted expense. So when you add those together, it comes to $209.73 spent. And I will go ahead over to the right side here for groceries. Since I spent the $158.51, that left me with a remaining balance of $1.49. For eating out, that left me with $18 because I budget $50 for this, but this month I budgeted $150 normally. Normally I budget $150 and $50 for my food budget, so it's $150 for groceries and $50 for eating out. This month, because of Thanksgiving, I'm doing a Friendsgiving meal, so I wanted to give myself a teeny bit of an extra cushion. So for groceries, I gave myself an extra $10, and I took that $10 out of my eating budget, or my eating out budget. So I gave myself $160 for groceries, and that left me with $1.49, and I gave myself $40 for eating out, so that only left me with $18. For travel, I usually give myself $35, and that's what I gave myself this month. So $5.78. And I got really lucky with that fuel charge, just because normally fuel is a little bit more expensive. I typically end up putting about $22 into my tank if I'm gonna fill it up, $25 when the prices are a little higher. But I had some fuel rewards points for my Kroger purchases, and that's where I get my gas, because they have gas stations at Kroger's. So I just went to the gas station there, and I used up all of my fuel points that I had available, and I was able to get like 50 or 60 cents off the gallon. So it worked out really well. So for personal, I still have $30 remaining in my envelope, and I don't have anything in unbudgeted because I don't budget for anything in unbudgeted. So that means at the end of the month at the end of the week 1 paycheck, I have $55.27 remaining going into week 2. Real quick, I forgot to write in my dates. So I've decided that I'm going to make week 1 cover 01 through 07. I'm going to move on here, and I will pull in my budget number 1, and let me just zoom you out here. So now that you're zoomed out, you can see my whole paycheck number 1. You can see everything that I've spent, and you can see that I sort of started already filling it out, but I figured I'd stop and wait for this for now. So when I moved into the new month, I did get paid my normal $1951.84, and you can see that reflected here in my income. You can also see that I had a starting balance of $127.05. I do a zero-based balance, so it might not make sense exactly where my cushion comes in because I don't really know myself, but I do have a cushion. I did have a cushion moving into the month. So I had an extra $21 in my cash envelope. So I had $6 for my other cash envelopes that aren't my personal money. And then I had $15 that was my personal money that rolled over. And then I had $213.05. I think that this number came after some other things came out, that, like this here, when I pulled my money, I had extra money. I didn't have to pull out my full $366, which was what was originally planned to pull out. So that's where the additional, I think, if I just math that, let me just see. So 366 minus 280 leaves me with, oops, you can see all the other math. 366 minus 280 leaves me with $86 left in my cash envelopes that I was able to cover from my cash envelopes. And I don't think that that includes this money here. Or maybe it does. I don't really know, but whatever was left over that I didn't end up pulling out, that saved $86, and I'm pretty sure $127.05, that should be right. So if I had $86 left over in cash from my cash envelopes that I was able to put towards my cash stuffing, then that means I didn't have to pull out that $86 from my checking account. So if I add the $127 that I have here for my remaining balance of what was left over, plus the $86 that I saved, that's where I get that $213.05 that I put up here. So I had a cushion of $213.05. Typically, I keep my cushion at $150. So therefore, I technically had, let me go ahead and $213.05 minus $150, because that's what I want to keep it at. So I had $63.05. And this is where my debt repayment explanation comes in. So $63.05, I have a sticky note over here that explains it further. My editing software was $79.27. My cushion was $63.05. I pulled $16.22, as you saw here, out of my travel budget. And that left me with $79.27. So when I subtract my full tank on the 11th or the 3rd, I had $5.78, which is exactly what I reflected in my weekly check-in here, $5.78. So currently in my bank account, I have the $150 plus, you'll see some other bills, my $5.78 from my travel budget, because my travel budget is electronic, so it comes right out of my checking account. And then I have some other bills that just haven't been paid yet. So, or one bill that hasn't been paid yet. So I will have more than that in my account until the 12th, because that's when that bill comes out. But this is what I will be left with at the end of this paycheck. Hopefully, as long as I don't spend any more on travel money or gas or whatever it is. So we'll see how that all goes. I still have another like 8 days left until my next cash stuffing. So you never know, I could run out of gas, or I could need to just get a little pick me up and pull that $5 out. But hopefully that extra $5 will go towards my extra snowball payment come the next paycheck. But I just kind of wanted to explain that to you before I started getting into my explanation for some of these charges. So I'm going to pull this back in. So there's the $213.05 for my cushion, $15 left in my cash envelope for my personal money. I pulled $86 and put it towards my cash envelopes. And I had a $6 buffer still left over from the money that was left over. So technically, out of all the money that I had left over from last paycheck, or from my last cash stuffing, I had 6 plus 86. I had $92 remaining, and I was just going to take this $6 back to the bank and put it into my cushion, but I went to the ATM instead, and I don't remember what it was, but I just decided that I didn't want to waste my time sitting at the ATM and put it in the ATM. So I just left it in my envelopes and I moved it into a sinking fund. So that was a lot of talking just to say that I was able to move money around and figure out my debt payment that I needed to make. But anyways, on the first I pulled out my $280 instead of my $366, and then I got paid. So that left me with $2,098.89 in my account. Then I made my emergency fund savings. So that was this. So I did my $25.05. Oh, $25. I don't know why I put 05. What am I looking at? And then my next transaction that came out was my Apple credit card. So the $98.33 that was planned. My next one was my massage came out. So it was $64.35 as planned. Next, I saved in my fun money on the second that came out of my account. And fun money, I think I'm going to be changing this. It's no longer going to be called fun money because that's not really what it is. It's not like personal money is fun money for me. Like if I want to get like a little treat for myself, it's going to come out of my personal fund, not this necessarily. This would be more of a oops money, sort of my miscellaneous fund, if that makes sense. And I don't know if you watch Lining Up Ducks, but I think I explained this in my actual budget when I was doing it. But Lining Up Ducks is a YouTube channel, and she has oops money in envelopes. So she puts it up here, but I have it on a checking account card, a debit card, so whatever. So basically, I put my $50 towards my savings per usual. Next, it took forever, let me just say, I'll get down to it, but for my mortgage to come out, it took forever, it felt like. Next one was debt. Again, my Amazon payment, so that's where the $63.05 came out of this, and the $16.22 came out of my travel. So I'm just gonna go ahead and write in here Amazon, because normally, like as you can see, I didn't schedule it in here. It's not like I plan on making an Amazon payment. I don't typically pay my Amazon credit card until the second half of the month, so I don't normally put it into my budget. So I didn't plan on putting anything in. And what I actually put towards it was $79.27. Next was my mortgage, and that came out as planned, $1,040.77 or $1,040. And moving down, I had my carpet bill that came out like normal as planned, $74.07. And then my car loan, same thing, $176. And when I add those all together, it was $427.67. And I'm still waiting on my electric bill, as you can see. So that is the one bill that I'm still waiting on. It has not come out yet. That is due to come out on the 12th. So that should be when we'll see that. So you'll see it in paycheck number, or paycheck number 1, week number 2. And then last, I had my travel fuel. I paid $13, but I'm not going to write that in here just because that's not the final number, and it did go into my weekly check-ins. But I do want to move down here. I did take out $35 for my coworkers' going away present, and that leaves me with $56, my new balance. Christmas, I did add my $121, so I have $194 now for Christmas, and I probably won't be adding a ton. I do plan on adding next paycheck, and I think one more. No, I know I'm adding in December, so I'll have enough money. I'm going to be doing a lot of Etsy orders for Christmas, just because I want to support small business, and I think that that would be the best way to do it, especially with COVID going on. Car tags, I put the $6 that I had up here, right there. I put that towards my car. I didn't plan on putting anything in it, but I did, and now I have $53 in that account or that envelope. Subscriptions, I put the normal amount towards my Disney. So now I've got 54 towards Disney. I'm planning on finishing that one out this next paycheck come, and then starting to focus on Amazon because that will be what's due next. Birthdays, pets, self-care, household, I didn't put anything in. I haven't been putting in anything to the other envelopes, and same with updates. These things are just not like necessarily important right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I always forget to thank my subscribers at the beginning of the video, but thank you for everybody who's already subscribed. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're new, and if you really like this video. These are the type of videos that I like to do. Budgeting is like my main thing, but I started out on a debt journey, and that is like my focus at the moment. So debt updates come every month as well. So you guys stick around, keep coming back for more videos. I will be having a paycheck number 2 budget hopefully in the next week, and another cash stuffing coming on the 15th or 16th. So everybody have a great rest of your week. I will see you soon. Bye. Thank you.